morning, good morning, good morning. Today we're going to talk about days of atonement, which I'm borrowing from the Jewish faith. And I'm walking during today's live. And I'm late, or later than you expect me, because I've been on the phone to important people that I wanted to talk to. So here I am, and we're going to talk about days of atonement and how you can apply that into your life, inspired by the Jewish faith. And no, I'm not Jewish. But before we do that, I know you've all been waiting, if you haven't already seen it. The Leah Ditton live Facebook and Instagram simultaneous live is noon Hawaii time today, 3 Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to Zoom with Leah, and I'm going to talk to her about her epic journey rowing her rowboat by herself with no support crew from San Francisco to Honolulu, setting the world record. Who would have think there is such a thing? It's like the world record of craziness. But what I'm going to focus on is not Leah's craziness. I'm going to focus on her mental game, because I say that her mental game can be a tremendous role model and inspiration to all of us who are trying to figure out how to do one simple thing a day, every day, consistently, that might take 15 or 20 minutes or half hour or an hour in the comfort of our home with our cell phone and a cup of coffee, right? And our family around, and the TV if we want to watch TV. And Leah's in a rowboat thousands of miles away from land. She went 86 days, I think, without ever seeing land. And I think she saw 2 or 3 ships, international registry ships, and they were 4 or 5 miles away, and that's as close as she got to another human being. And she had no support staff, no chase boat. She had a crew on the mainland that would, answer her blog messages that she uploaded every day from her sat phone. So, noon Hawaii time, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, on Richard Bliss Brooke Instagram, or this channel right here, Richard Bliss Brooke Facebook. Check it out. Now, you want to talk about the 10 days to atonement? I want to thank Stacy Clark, my trusty finance person, for inspiring me to talk about this. Because I'm sure the Jewish Yom Kippur holiday would have snuck up on me and passed me right by without me even noticing. So, the part of this holiday, which starts today, if you know any Jewish people, give them lots of room, lots of grace for the next 10 days, because they have I think I read somewhere 40% of people that declare their Jewish religion actually follow the practices of Yom Kippur, which includes a 25-hour fast, I believe, on that day. But the 10 days leading up to it is a lot of prayer and a lot of stuff, and it's kind of all designed to cleanse and, recreate and reset. And, out in the modern world, we call it all kinds of things. But the one thing that Stacey was telling me about that I thought was, such a valuable thing for all of us to pay attention to is atonement. And what is that? If you would have asked me, I would have said, I'm not sure. But so in my language, atonement is taking 100% responsibility for the messes that your humanity creates, mainly with other people. So, for example, if you come to, not that you would, but a few people have, come to one of my retreats here on Lanai, which is 10 women at a time for 5 days. And there'll be a few people watching this that have attended, so you can give a high five to your sisters who are Bliss Retreat alumni. You come here for 5 days, 10 women, and we talk and we play and we eat and we hug and we cry and we laugh for 5 straight days. But one of the rules of the retreat is that whatever you hear at the retreat from another participant, you are not allowed to talk about. And it's a little more precise than you might have heard around gossip. So if I tell you a story in the retreat, if I tell the group a story, if I'm vulnerable with the group and I share something, here's the rule that you have to abide by if you're a retreat participant. You can't come up to me at break and initiate a conversation about what I shared. You can't even talk to me about it. It's ferry day in Lanai, so it's busy in the harbor. So you can't come up to me and go, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you shared that. I had the same thing. Let me give you a hug, right? You can't share it with me. You can't, after class at night when you're talking to one of the other participants, say, I can't believe Mary shared that. Isn't that amazing? Nope, you can't do that. You can't talk to your husband about it on the phone. You can't talk to your teammates about it when you get home a month or two later. You can't talk to anybody about it. That's our definition of gossip. And of course, because we're human, we'll slip and we'll gossip. So in the retreat culture, what you are required to do, and you promise to do it, is every morning we have a debriefing. Everybody kind of gets present to the day. And one of the things we give people a chance to do, I never use this word, is atonement. So if you got on the phone with your husband last night and you said, oh, I can't believe what Mary shared here. Oh my gosh, she and her husband are having trouble. Oh, Mo. Well, if you did that, and you may have because you're a human being, then you have to acknowledge it. And that's our request anyway. Of course, you can lie about it and hide it, which just digs a deeper hole out of integrity. You have to acknowledge it to the rest of the group. You have to acknowledge it to the person that you dishonored. And you have to ask them how you can make it right. An interesting thing in the Jewish religion I read is that they encourage, challenge, request, push people to spend the next 10 days cleaning up all the out of integrity messes that they created in the last year. So everybody that you gossiped about, everybody that you undermined, everybody that you cheated, everybody that you anythinged, what you are asked to do if you're of Jewish faith is spend the next 10 days cleaning it up. You go to them and say, here's what I did. And I'm a really, really strong advocate of forgetting about it. Don't use the word apology. I'm sorry, right? We have this conspiracy in this country that you and I can do whatever we want to dishonor and disgrace and undermine other people and not be a team player and not keep our promises and, let everybody down. And then all we have to do is say, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, what? Okay. Okay, thanks. Okay. We're all good now. I was, looking in your desk for a pen and I saw a wad of cash, $1,000 in there. So I just took it because I need the money. And I'm real sorry. Right? I'm likely to just smack you right in the face, not for stealing the money, but for trying to get away with it by saying you're sorry. So in the retreat, you don't get to say you're sorry because that doesn't get you off the hook. And we don't care if you're sorry or not. What we care about is, are you going to take 100% responsibility for what you did and clean it up? And how you're going to clean it up is you ask the person that you dishonored what you need to do to make it right. And in the Jewish faith, they allow you as atonement to tithe or pay the other person, pay them money, I guess pay the church money, I don't know. But tithing is a way of atonement. for all the sins you did throughout the year, where maybe it's not really possible to clean them up with the individuals. So the challenge that I have for all of us is, hey, we're humans. We're not perfect. We strive to get better. You know, I'm 65 years old and I'm a high road coach, and I'm talking to people all the time about honoring other people and supporting other people and not gossiping, and right? And I gossip. You know, I don't know any perfect human beings. And so here's a perfect human being in my mind. Morning. When you gossip, clean it up. When you gossip, go to the person you gossiped about and acknowledge it and ask them what you need to do to make it right. And for God's sakes, don't tell them you're sorry. And so here's what you can do without being Jewish to take advantage of this Jewish holiday, Yom Kippur. Make a list of all your discretions in the last year. Make a list of the people that you wronged. Make a list of the people that you undermined, you disgraced, you were selfish around, you stole from. People that you stole the limelight from, or stole the credibility from, or took the credit for something that really they deserve the credit for, but you took it, or you gossiped about them. And spend the next 10 days cleaning it up without saying you're sorry. And that's my challenge for you today. Follow the practices of the Jewish religion without being Jewish, or be Jewish. It's all good. I'll see a lot of you, I trust, in about 4.5 hours. See you then. Thanks for watching.